Your passion is everything. If you're not passionate about your content, then how do you expect other people to be able to, like, how do you expect other people to be able to trust you? Because for me, for instance, my passion is drones and electronics, right? So with my passion being drones and electronics, you can imagine that people come to me and they want to know like all the stuff that I know because they see the type of stuff that I do. And that goes with anybody. Like when people see that you have a certain quality, people are going to come to you because they know you're passionate about it. And what they expect from you is your perspective. Your perspective is everything to somebody that trusts you because they trust what you say, they trust what you provide them in advice and so forth. So being passionate about what you are putting out there in the world, it doesn't have to be just YouTube, it could be anywhere. Being passionate about what you know brings forth more. And when I say that, for instance, let's say me and this YouTube channel. I decided to come here because I have a lot of information to give. And I have a lot of people that come to me on a normal basis asking for advice, asking how to do certain things. And even me, I want everybody around me to succeed. And so it's important for me to be able to spread this to a vast audience, worldwide, goal-wise. I focus a lot on passion is because your passion can actually open doors for you throughout your life. I can speak for me when it comes down to my passion with drones and my passion with electronics and my passion to want to learn so much more. It's opened doors for me in the sense of, I've worked on film sets, I've worked around celebrities, I've done things that I've set forth to do based off of my passion. And the right people have seen my work, and that's how I'm able to do the things that I do. So for people that are, just getting started, don't force it. One thing that I found myself doing at one point was I felt like I always had to be out there. I had to always get that content. I had to always be in the know, and that's not the case. Like, the thing is when you work a certain way and you carry yourself a certain way, the right people will attract. You will attract the right people to you. I'm not saying the people that go out and they do it every day are, different. It's just different people have different, guides in life or their directions. I say that to a lot of people when I talk to people, and I want to say it here, not everybody's on your same algorithm. And just because we own the same products doesn't mean we use the same products in the same way. So for me as a drone pilot, I have multiple drones, and you would think that I would be out there every day just flying. But nah, my drones need a rest too. I need a rest too. It's fun. I love creating content for people. But yeah, back to the passion. The passion is everything. If you're not passionate about your topics, if you're not passionate about, whatever it is your channel is going to be about, then, I think, or it doesn't have to be a channel. It could be whatever it is in your life. Make sure that you love it. Because if you don't love what you do, it's not going to be fun. I love what I do. I love flying my drones. I love doing videos. I love doing pictures. I love doing everything that I set out to do. And I suggest you guys do the same. The importance of building your personal brand is so that you stand out, right? Just because one person does it doesn't mean you can't do it, right? So, and it's crazy because in the drone community, it's done all the time. It's being done right now. We got people all over the world doing hyperlapses, and shout out to the guy who's got people doing those hyperlapses, right? But everybody's doing it now. So the question is, how are you going to be different? It's okay to do them, but how are you going to be different? What's going to set you apart from everyone else that's doing it? So that's why it's important. And shout out to you. You know who you are. You created that brand. And that's your brand. But yeah, when you build your personal brand, you really have to know your stuff, because if you want to be the go-to for the information, you have to know your stuff. You can't, and if you don't know everything, that's perfectly fine, because we're not all perfect, right? But you have to be willing to do that research too, because people are, like, it goes back to passion. If you are passionate about something, people are going to come to you and they're going to ask you for your take on things. And if you can't give them your honest take, and if you haven't done the research, you cannot give these people advice, because you don't know yourself, right? So passion and personal brand kind of go hand in hand. They do. Absolutely. 100%. So just remember that. Now, if you're finding this content good and you want to continue getting it on your feed, just subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. For me, the alert button, hey, if you want to press that, go for it. But I'm telling you, just subscribe. If you like the video, like it. But make sure you subscribe. Now, content is going to be the number one thing that you're going to have to, well, I can't say number one, but you're going to have to focus on content. And you have to be able to create a bunch of it. So if you're here and you're like, man, what am I going to do? What am I going to write? You have to figure that part out, because that's how you're going to build your audience and your brand. And you have to be passionate about it, right? So for me, I can sit here and talk to y'all all day about things that I love. And some of you guys will appreciate it. Some of you guys might scroll right past it. But you have to be okay with that. Right? Now, I can create all types of content because I'm passionate about certain things, and I can talk about them all day. So if you have something that you can literally talk about all day, or inspire somebody with, or motivate, or whatever, build your content around that. I could do motivational posts. I could do, how-to videos. I can review products for you guys. I can show you guys how I fly my drone. I could do all of that because I'm passionate about it. And I can draw you in because look, I get DMs all the time. How did you pass your Part 107? How did you learn how to fly drones? Which drone do you have? Which drone do you recommend? What do you use your drone for real estate? How do you do this? People ask questions all day. It's content. It's key. You should never run out of content for whatever you're passionate about. You should be able to talk about your passion endlessly, because right here, you have your audience because they follow your brand and they know you're passionate, right? So you have your audience of people that are like-minded to you. They're going to come to you for information, right? So make sure your content is on point. And if you're just getting started, it's going to get there. It's going to get there. You just have to be confident. You have to speak with confidence when you talk to your audience. Because if you fumble on your words and your and and all that, you're going to lose your audience, because they're not going to have trust in what you're saying. Now, there's a couple things that I look at on social media as a content creator. You can get so much content from social media, whether it be trending things, whether it be people asking how to do certain things. Like, there's always going to be content on social media. You just have to know how to get to it, right? Prime example, man, like, oh my gosh, we had a comedian literally like not freeze time, but man, they had so many reposts off of that video from the comedian. If that don't show you what type of content can be created, this guy had almost a 2-hour show. The original poster had, oh my God, he's probably at like 45, 50 million views now off of that one video. Plus they repurposed the video. Like, it was key. And then they leveraged all the social media. They literally use social media to make millions because they did what they had to do on social media. They put it out there. They spoke on it. It was a content. It was people picked off of that thing, and people made some money off that video. Yeah, that's not my niche, or else I would have made it too. But it's not my niche, man. But I'm gonna tell you this. At the end of the day, we all want to make money, right? So why not use something that you're passionate about to make you money? Why not build your personal brand, right, to make you money? Why not produce the content that's going to make you money, right? And why not? Man, they're giving away so much money on social media right now. Why not use what we've already been using every single day to make another source of revenue? I'm going to tell you this. Be careful, though. Because, the other day, social media went down. People went crazy. And so that's how you have to know, if this is something that you're really wanting to get into, you have to make sure that you spread it out. Because if you run your business solely on one platform, any platform, it doesn't matter which platform. But if you don't spread it out and you run everything on one platform, man, if there's something that happens like that again, you lose a day of work, right? Because you got to post. So, I'm going to make a video later on, and it's going to be about having multiple sources of revenue. And I'm not just talking about social media. So we'll dive into that in another video. There's this book. It's called Crush It by Gary Vee. And a lot of the stuff that we talked about today, I learned from that book. I used to be a person that was scared to talk, not scared, but, I used to be the person that was afraid to hear their own voice, or afraid to speak on camera and stuff like that. But now it's after reading this book, it changed my perspective on a lot. And I'm going to tell you guys something, man. If you guys get this book, I want you guys to go to chapter 9. And I want you to put down in the comments what that chapter is about, and let's talk about it. That's what I want to do. You guys get the book. I'll leave some comments down below. I actually have the physical book. I have the Audible, which I love because Gary reads it in his own voice, of course. And he has little nuggets in there as well. So if you want to look at this book, I would suggest the Audible. I have the physical copy, and I also have the Kindle version because I like to carry my books with me too. So coming from a person that bought all three and is able to speak to you guys on camera like this now, I really stress that you guys should look into getting this book. Okay? Well, it's been great. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Peace.